What we do here is go back, 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 back.
Hello, hello. You are listening to the Bolas Club PH podcast, a Filipino Magic the Gathering podcast. Magandang umaga on our end here. I am Ro, joined by my co-hosts, the sensei, the fire action hipster Jeff, and the handsome Uncle Lucy. What up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our eighth episode of the
episode
Bolas
8.
Club PH podcast. Or, as for this particular episode, I would like to call it the Mid-Aged Handsome Podcast Uncles.
That is right.
Saan
Saan galing yun, you ask? It's because today we are previewing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, specifically yung Commander, the Precon Commander deck, because as we record this, we are a day away from the pre-release event. So pre-release weekend now. Are you guys planning to do pre-release for this? It's a little more pricey because it's Universes Beyond.
Planning, yes. Possibly not going to happen on my end again.
But you want to do
Yes, always. I'll always want it.
What about you, Jeff?
Likely I wouldn't. Pero I am interested in opening a PR kit. So I don't know how I'm going to source it, pero I would love to open something before the
You can
actual
always go to
open.
buy to your LGS and diba?
So-
go to your LGS and buy, diba?
Yeah,
you
May
can.
extra pa sila.
that's the plan.
I'm
yeah.
sure hindi yan masasell out the way the way the universe, like the way a set like Darwin Eclipse would be. So yeah, I don't know yet if I will. I probably will not unless somebody invites me to, and I would be peer pressured. Pero mahal mas mahal siya. So
It is, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not too I am okay with the Precon deck that I pre-ordered, which we'll be talking about right now. So let's get to it. Okay, unique ang TMNT. Unlike the last two Universes Beyond sets that we got, na standard legal, it has a Precon Commander deck, but it only has one Precon Commander
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah.
So it's a 5-color deck. I believe it's called Turtle Power, if I'm not mistaken. Tapos it features pretty much all the main characters and the prominent characters and villains of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. So the commander is, well, technically marami, but the face is, I believe, the Heroes in a Half Shell commander card, which we'll flash and talk about in a bit. And then you can choose among not just 4 but 5 character select partner commanders. So it's the 4 Ninja Turtles plus Splinter plus April.
Yes, that's correct.
So yeah.
True.
So a lot of stuff going on here. Jeff, would you like to discuss a little more about the themes, about what we're getting? You compiled the deck list for us for our reference. So do you have any initial thoughts on it?
Yes. Kasi we have this parang notorious history when it comes to 5-color decks of it having just maybe a singular theme. So if we look at it historically, we've had dragons from C16 yata, if I'm not mistaken. That was the Ur Dragon. And then we had slivers.
Mhm.
And then from recent memory, we had what's another 5-color deck?
Oh, we just got the Elementals deck.
Yeah, the elementals. Pero you can probably tell na
Planeswalkers.
the planeswalkers then. Pero medyo linear siya eh. So when you say dragons, it's like dragons. When you say like slivers, puro slivers. Pag elementals, puro elementals, which is expected naman because these are typal decks. These are tribal decks. But this, I think, is a better version. I think na may learning na pumasok from the design team on how to go about 5-color decks, which we will be discussing later on. Pero the general strategy of this deck obviously is to rely on your creatures to attack, not necessarily go wide, but there are a lot of quality creatures that can help you do combat. And what's interesting about this particular precon is that you don't have to stick to the face commander. And in fact, I would discourage you from just using heroes in a half shell as your default commander kasi napakaraming possibilities when you try to build this. In fact, ako, when I get my precon, what I would do is I would not put any legendaries sa top loader because I would want to mix and match them. I would want to try, say, using si Leonardo, the balance, and maybe partner him up with, say, Splinter if I wanted, maybe a medyo counter-based type of strategy, or maybe I would want to put in token doublers in, using Donatello the Brains, or I would want to just put card advantage and put April O'Neil live on the scene sa command zone along with Leonardo. So napakarami. Ano siya? It's one of those five color decks that I'm looking forward to playing. I know that I already have a copy ng Elementals, and while I haven't played with it a lot, parang I can already tell how it works because people have been talking about it. Pero yeah, the diversity of what you can put into command zone would be my buy-in for the deck.
But if you want to play it as a 5-color deck, you either have to use heroes in a half shell or use Leonardo the Balance
plus a partner, yes.
plus a partner. Yeah. Ikaw, Lucy, are you excited for this deck? What are your initial thoughts on it?
Yes, actually, I'm very excited. There are a lot of things in there na nakita ko from the previews and everything. Budget-wise, I'm thinking at least wala pa siyang standard pricing. Budget-wise, of course, on the budget guide. And there are cards in there na napa-interesado ako. And gaya ng na-discuss ni Jeff, I'm excited to use Leonardo the Balance kasi you can have the other turtles as the partner, diba? It's like having two commanders already, aside from the 5 colors that Leonardo the Balance would provide sa pinaka-deck mo. Kasi you either have to use two kapag either the Balance or turtles in half shell. So those are your choices. Plus, there are very, very good looking commanders, at least on my end, and cards that are very, very possibly very fun to use, like Krang. I like the blue Krang and whatnot. It kind of loves us. I'm also happy na nakita ko yung design niya. They took it from the old parts of it from the old video games. Hindi nga lang dun sa sa what do you call this? Sa Tournament Fighters, which is my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Pero I see a lot of things in there that reminds me of my childhood. So I am excited about the deck. I like what I'm looking at. I like what I see. So yeah.
All right. Okay, so there are quite a bit of cards here. I think there's like around 50 or so, 60 or so as and lands as well na maraming ganap. So before we talk about our personal targets, if you will, the stuff that the cards that we're excited for, Jeff, can you take us through? You mentioned it really quickly kanina when you were talking about your insights, but can you take us through the themes that are present dito sa deck na to, sa precon na to?
Okay, so what we have would be a combination of using mutagen tokens. A mutagen token is an artifact token that you have to pay 1 and tap and then sacrifice to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. So based syempre sa theme ng commander natin or ng set natin, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, flavor-wise, it's a win because mutagen tokens, all of our heroes, all of our sub characters or supporting characters are mostly mutants. So anyway, that tells you that the deck would want to put counters on creatures and not necessarily just make them big, but may pay off din kasi when you use mutagen counters, which we will be looking into later on. So some people might think that, oh, this is just another ninja deck. And I'm going to tell you, hindi lang siya ganun. I know that it has a ninja theme to it because you have like sneak cards, especially from the main, actually mas marami sa main set kesa sa Commander Precon. But you can put in ninja cards here, and it will be a ninja. It could be a ninja tribal deck. You can put in +1/+1 counters, and it would still work. You could
Yep.
put in like tokens, and it would still work. So we are looking at ninjas, tokens, and counters as the main themes ng deck. The deck wants to win by combat most of the time.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It also has a couple of board wipes. It has rescue spells. It has a total of 30 creatures. So dun pa lang alam mo na medyo toolbox yung mga creatures. Hindi lang sila nandun for combat, but they will help you get your goals quickly.
Yep.
All right. All right, let's get to our personal choices kasi medyo marami-rami to. Lucy, start with you. What are your as the budget player, what are your choices? What are your must-have or important cards from this deck?
Okay. So first card is the card. It's Toka and Razar. I think you are going to flash it right there.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I will.
yep,
It
it
is.
is. Yeah, it's a very very interesting. I'm a Rakdos kind of guy, and number one, it's two to cast. It's an interesting commander kasi second turn sigurado bababa siya and whatnot, and it punishes people who are sad story like me who cheat other creatures out or spells out kasi kapag mas mababa casting cost mo, automatic 3 damage. So slingers, this is going to be very bad for you. And then I'm excited about the Big Mother Mouser. Now, things that I played with when I was a kid. So, excited ako gumagawa siya ng tokens. It attacks. And maniwala kayo sa hindi, I'm excited because it's a 0/0 artifact creature. And that's something I'll be tackling maybe in the future. But I like those things. 0/0, tas +1/+1 counters. I like them. I like them. Tapos when it attacks, it or dies, actually, it produces more mousy robots. And then I'm excited about what's going to happen with Assassin's Trophy. I'm a Golgari fan. And ang mahal niya, mahal siya, di ba? Hindi ko na nga tinitingnan kung magkano yung presyo niya. Pero
Wala pa
Yeah,
naman. I
mid,
mean, we
mid.
can't really predict
yeah.
yet.
So I'm predicting that because of that, it is going to be cheaper because of the reprint and whatnot. Now, the other card that I'm excited about is Ninja Pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very very great card. Now, if I remember, Ninja Pizza reads foods you control have sacrifices artifact, add 1 mana of any color.
Mhm.
Basically turns all your food tokens
Into
into
treasure.
Treasures.
treasures. Yes, treasures. So, ang daming pwedeng gawin. So many shenanigans just by playing that card. Tapos, it makes its own food token. Pero kahit tanggalin mo yung second ability, malaking bagay. At least for me, na magiging treasure token na siya. So, that's a big thing. Food decks. And then the other thing though, aside from that, I'm excited about this. Hindi siya budget card. I don't think this will be a budget card at all, but I'm excited about Leonardo the Balance himself. This, for me, is a Cathar's Crusade on the command zone.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Tokens. Baba ka ng Avenger of Zendikar, it's gonna pop off like crazy. Baba ka ng kahit ano, multiple token creation. Right? Galta, kapag umatak, and Mavren. So, yeah. So I'm excited about how people are going to use Leonardo the Balance. Again, I'm excited to see how these budget cards go and grow and other things. But that's another time for discussion. There's so many things I like in here.
I think it's gonna be a budget card because it is a face commander. There is.
True.
I mean, it won't be in short supply, naman.
Thank you. That's true. Yeah, but
I mean, once the price is normalized, for sure, it will be. It will. Kasi what I've always noticed is even if it's Universes Beyond, yung mga commanders lagi mura. It's always the component cards and the rare stuff inside or the reprints that are always more expensive.
That's
yeah,
true. Yes.
pero lang yung overused, no? Gaya ni Yashitro, Ishtola. So,
Yeah.
yeah, mahal siya ng konti. Pero yes.
Sure. It's always a hype kasi ng
Yeah.
Ishtola.
Mm-mm.
All right, Jeff, what about you? What are your chase cards for this Precon deck?
Sige, so let's start. The first one, and this comes in no particular order, by the way. The first one is Irma, part-time mutant. Irma is a 3-drop, 1 blue pip, 1/1, a human mutant shapeshifter with the ability at the beginning of combat on your turn. Irma becomes a copy of one other target creature you control, except her name is still the same. And she has this particular ability. Plus, you put a +1/+1 counter on her. I'm excited to put this in my Atraxa deck, like the OG Atraxa. Uh,
Patay.
yeah, you can't just limit yourself pagdating dun sa deck na yun. You can't just limit yourself in thinking, oh, maybe I'm gonna get 2 Atraxas. No, let's think bigger. I want 2 Ouroboros.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I want 2 Genovas.
Mm-hmm.
And so on and so forth. The good thing is this gets progressively bigger. So kumokopya ka na kumokopya ng creatures, but the counters stay. So kahit sabihin mo na yung kopyahin mo is like, I don't know, just maybe a Birds of Paradise or something. The
Okay.
counters will stay, and you can hit your opponent with like one big bird.
Pause.
Very
Yes.
nice.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Some people
the
would like
next
that.
one. Okay, the next one is Rat King Pale Piper. Rat King Pale Piper is a 4-drop, 1 black pip, 3/3 na legendary creature rat avatar with menace. Whenever Rat King or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a 1/1 black rat creature token.
Yan.
So, pag ito bumilis, since some people like to get hit with like big birds, this is gonna be a turbo rat. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So, with the ability na pay 2, sacrifice a token, draw a card. This is going to go definitely inside my Ash Coat deck because it itself is a rat. And whenever another non-token creature I control would die, aka, if I send the rat colonies to the command zone, or sorry, to combat, pag namatay sila, meron namang magre-replace.
Yep.
So
Isip ko na ilalagay mo yun dun eh.
that's a fairly good deal. And then yun nga, I can sacrifice the tokens to draw a card. And do note that it says sacrifice a token. So hindi
Not-
necessarily just the
the
rat
rat.
tokens. I can turn my treasures into clues. I
At
can turn
instant
my
speed,
food
yeah.
into exactly. So there's value in putting, Rat King not just in rat decks, but I guess any other deck na meron kang tokens, or maybe just even a bit of aristocrat style.
Aristocrat, yep.
Pasok din siya, especially because aristocrats are also fond of, using tokens din naman anyway.
Yes.
The next one is Here Comes a New Hero, which is an X2 blue pip sorcery. Target player draws X cards and creates a token that's a copy of up to 1 target creature with mana value X or less. This for me is kind of like Blue Sun's Zenith, but I'm gonna get an extra creature, and who doesn't like that, diba?
Yeah.
Kahit sabihin mong one-time use lang, maybe that's all that I need. I just need to draw cards and copy your Avacyn. Maybe that's all I need.
I think the beauty of it is it's 1x. But mostly, sometimes lately we've noticed that some of these effects are double X. So if you pour in a lot of mana, you get so much of it, and you get, not only do you get your creature token copy, you also get a bunch of cards.
Oh, actually parang ano na lang eh, parang ano ba ang tawag doon? Parang incentive, hindi incentive eh, parang bonus na lang kumbaga yung clone. What you really want is just to draw cards. Ang kagandahan nga nito, gaya ng sabi ni Ro, is that it's not mana intensive, and in a sense na hindi siya double X or like multi pips, kasi di ba lately it's all about multi pips, like yung Blue Suns. That's why it's difficult to splash in. Pero ito, kahit sabihin mo na, kahit at least Simic ka, outside of the Precon itself, madali siyang ma-splash.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Pasok sa Simic to.
Yes. Okay, the next one is Endless Foot Assault. So, atakihin ka ng mga mukhang paa. Endless Foot Assault is an enchantment, 3-drop, 1 white pip with squad, which means as an additional cost to cast a spell, you may pay the squad cost, which is 1 generic and 1 white, and then you get copies of it. And then whenever you attack for each opponent, you create a 1/1 black ninja creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. So imagine if you know how good Adeline is, how about getting multiple Adelines? Diba? This is a late game finisher, and I was thinking one of the decks outside of the precon that will really find this valuable is Ishin.
Mhm.
Kasi magdo-double ka na for every endless foot assault
Uh,
that you have, it's double. So like double the ninjas.
Yep.
Gawan mo na lang ng paraan how to say get value out of those 1/1 ninjas. You can put ano ba, death touch on them. But there's a ninja card, by the way, from the main set, which we'll be talking about earlier, that gives attacking ninjas death touch, or just ninja's death touch. But anyway,
mm.
yes, this is one of the cards that I'm looking forward to. Ilalagay ko to most likely kay Commissar Severine Rain.
Yeah.
All right.
And then last one would be Coin of Mastery. Coin of Mastery is a 4-drop artifact with the ability that each creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each mana from an artifact source spent to cast it. So if you have treasure tokens, that's like +1/+1. If you use Soul Ring, that's 2 +1/+1s. You get the drift. So using mana rocks will further incentivize casting your creatures. And then may ability siya sa baba na tap to create a treasure token. So it's a self-sustaining card in play. At worst, it's another copy of Opal Palace. Pero at best, especially if you have reliance on mana rocks to cast, say, your commander or your creatures, sobrang value tong card na to.
Oh,
All right.
Vika is waving.
God, so many things in it I would like to put. Sige, ako naman. You're done na, diba, Jeff? That's all you have? That's all you got?
Yes, that's all I
All
have.
right. All right. All right. Sige. I saw this deck as primarily a +1/+1 counters deck. So I didn't know that going in. I think nobody knew that going in. Although there are a lot of different themes going on, like tokens, ninjas. I think we're all melded well in this mini set, if you will. I feel that primarily it works best, or it's most effective as a +1/+1 counter deck. I think it's very heavy-handed as a +1/+1 counter deck. So because of that, I have a lot of chase cards that I will put in my two +1/+1 counter decks. First is the arcade cabinet. This one is a 3 mana colorless artifact. When it enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to four target creatures. So that's 4 +1/+1 counters at most, at max, for only 3 mana. And then it has an activated ability to generic tap, sacrifice a token, any token then, like Rat King. Double the number of counters on target creature. That is
Yun.
insane. That is insane
Yes.
value.
Yan.
Like, that could kill an opponent on my Shalayan Halar deck. All you need is sacrifice 1 treasure, 1 food, and you can just keep doubling, diba?
At saka, hindi, Rose, sorry,
yeah.
dagdag ko na rin. Kasi apart from Shelai and Halar, one of the commanders, sorry, that I thought would benefit a lot from Arcade Cabinet is a long forgotten commander in Abzan, si Gave, Guru of
Gave,
Spores.
yeah.
As in, this is one of those cards that you want to put in kasi you put counters and then you just sacrifice the token to double the counters, and you can keep on. I wouldn't say necessarily keep on doing that, pero it's a nice engine that would help you get a budget card. I think this is just a budget card right now, but I am quite positive na hindi siya kasing mahal ng doubling season.
All right.
So yun.
All right. So again, more +1/+1 counter goodness. Raphael the Muscle. So this is a creature version of Uncivil Unrest, kind of. So Raphael the Muscle is 4 and a red, so 5 mana value. Legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, 4/4. Double all damage that creatures you control with counters on them would deal. So where Uncivil Unrest doubles, yeah, I think similar then. I need them creatures, but I can't remember. So when Raphael enters, create a mutagen token and partner character select. So you always want the redundancy. I feel like dun sa Shalay and Halar Precon, the Precon that comes in from March of the Machine, there's only one effect that is of this particular vein, damage doubler for creatures with counters. So the more the merrier. Diba? More always
Yes.
is better
Yes.
in a singleton format. Even though some people will argue na if you do redundancy, then what's the point of it being a singleton format? Diba? But differing philosophies.
Mhm.
Next, another redundant effect. Casey Jones, back alley brute.
Okay.
3 in a red, 4/2. Legendary creature, human berserker, menace. Whenever Casey Jones attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature so it can grow itself. Whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, Casey Jones deals that much damage to target opponents. So it is another redundant effect. It adds to the redundancy of Shalai and Halar itself, but they all will be one. Diba? So, except that this only really focuses on +1/+1 counters, which is really all you need.
Mm.
So I like it because it is an engine that does itself, diba? That makes itself tick. Although you need other pieces for it to really go off. But
Mhm.
again, if you have redundant effects, more effects, then the faster you will execute your game plan, diba?
True, true.
Yeah. Okay, another one. Level up. Level up is an aura. It is wait, let me look for the text here. It's one of the interesting auras that I've seen. Level up is
Very.
1 in a green aura. Enchant creature. When this aura enters, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has whenever this creature attacks, double the number of
Ooh.
+1/+1 counters on it. Then if it has power 10 or greater, draw a card. So good. Only for
Yes.
only for 2 mana value.
Yeah.
Drop it as early as you can. Tapos if left unchecked, if you have a Swiftfoot boots or lightning greaves on your enchanted creature, you can easily
Snowball.
take over the game with it. Works best on on Voltron strategies, diba?
Yep.
So
Legolas.
many possible uses, not just your +1/+1 counter uses, but easily can kill in so
Yeah.
many different ways
Your
as early,
cultists.
diba? It's so no, so good. You want to remove the aura itself if you can't remove the counter. If
Yeah.
you can't remove the creature, diba?
Pero ang maganda dun, syempre, kahit sabihin mong makaisang ikot ka, especially if you already have like +1/+1 counters on it previously, kahit makaisang tama ka nun,
Oh,
lamang ka na eh.
oh,
Okay
diba?
na.
Oo.
And then if you have, an even, more ways to add +1/+1 counters, Jesus,
Yeah.
it really can be left unchecked. You will want to pack enchantment removal now.
Mm.
Tapos, okay, not a +1/+1 counter card here, but one of the most interesting reanimation spells that I've ever seen printed so far. It is continue, as in continue as a question, as in
Mhm.
will you continue after you've been game over? It's 1 in a white, an instant. Choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield. So this is a board wipe reaction strategy. It is so good because uh no restrictions, only that they were put there this turn.
Yeah.
Diba? So you can let the board wipe happen and then cast continue to save your commanders, your important creatures. So good. I feel like this will be
Yes.
one of the most important chase cards from this set.
Mm.
Um, marami maganap ito. It doesn't even matter, diba, that you can't really use it as a reanimation strategy, diba?
Mm.
Reanimation cheat out big creatures tactic. You need this to save your
Yes.
guys from a board wipe heavy format,
Oo.
diba? It's just that good. Tapos reprints here. I feel like no need to explain why. The Vigor reprint that's reskinned.
Oh, yeah.
City
Mm.
of Brass, the first ever reprint,
Oh
I
my God.
believe, in a
Yes.
commander set.
Commander, yes.
The Fabled Passage reprint. This isn't as strong as it was before, or as it was in 60 card competitive formats, but Fabled Passage is still a really good fetch land.
It is.
The bond lands are reprinted as well. The bond lands
Mm.
are, I believe, some of the more expensive modern dual lands. Uh, Especially that they have basic land types. So really, really good here. I believe
Mm.
na super ganda ng reprint collection here. And I feel like if you pre-ordered the deck without really knowing what was in there, like I did, paldo ka. Not
Sulit.
either as someone who plays or someone who might be selling, you know. So looking forward to this. All right, we talked about what we were looking for in this deck. What about if we plan to play it? What upgrades can you suggest for this deck for your particular play style, your particular favorite archetype? Lucy, do you have any suggestions about how to upgrade this deck if you are
Yep.
getting it? Go ahead.
Okay. So if I am going to use it, ang gagawin ko is like, I'm going to add automatically, gagawin ko Lieutenant kagad yung Cathar's Crusade. I like the idea of tokens just popping up, playing lots of creatures in one turn, Cathar's Crusade building up, tapos attacking in one go. I mean, that's how I'd like to play with 1/1 counters and stuff. So, dahil kay Leonardo, dalawa na siya. Pwedeng, I'm very sure na magkakaroon ako ng Cathar's Crusade because of Leonardo the Balance. So, and just in case something happens to him, at least nasa deck ko pa yung isa. So, that's how I'm going to play with it. Tokenators, yeah, so Tokenators, and then one big go, wipe the table off. That's how I plan to use it. Kawabanga, yeah.
Hey, what about you, Jeff? You've put in quite a bit here, a bit of suggestions. What are you looking to upgrade here?
Okay, so I kind of made it a little short because I think these are more relevant or more streamlined. So I'll start with the cards from the main set. The first one would be Mikey and Leo Chaos in Order. Uh, Two drop hybrid Celestia or green white. 2/2. Whenever you put a counter on a creature you control, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. It doesn't matter if it triggers once each turn. Card advantage is still card advantage,
Yes.
and it's really good.
True.
The next one would be the Ooze, which is a 2-drop legendary artifact with the ability whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token for each +1/+1 counter on it. So parang ano to, parang version ng Ozolith. You could say it's not as good as Ozolith, obviously, pero given the budget restrictions, I think this would be a choice. And then meron siyang ability sa baba na tap to exile target card from a graveyard to create a mutagen token. So hindi lang siya parang Ozolith, meron din siyang halong graveyard hate. And then the next one from the main set would be si Mutagen Man Living Ooze. It's two green and then an X. Na Ooze Mutant 2/3 with trample. Activated abilities of artifact tokens you control cost one less to activate, which means you can mutagen for free, you can blood token for free. Your clue tokens is -1, if I'm not mistaken, and so on and so forth. And then when Mutagen Man enters, create X Mutagen tokens. And I think this is major self-explanatory if we're talking about upgrading the deck itself. Now, for the cards that are outside the main set, I would say the first pick would be Evolution Witness from Modern Horizons 3. So meron siyang adapt to. And then whenever one or more counters are put on this, well, +1/+1 counters are put on this creature, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So a repeatable Eternal Witness is always
Very
nice.
nice.
And do note that this guy is also a mutant.
Yun lang.
The next one would be from another franchise, particularly Fallout, called Agent Frank Horrigan. 7 to cast, 1 green, 1 black, 8/6 na mutant din na
Mutant
warrior.
din. Kaya
Trample.
siguro nagmahal yan, no? Bigla nagmahal eh.
I would say it is the reason why.
No?
Agent Frank Horrigan has indestructible as long as it attacks this turn, and then whenever it enters or attacks, proliferate twice. That is probably one of
Laking
your
bagay na yun.
finishers. Pwede siya maging finisher. At saka may ano siya, malaki yung kaha niya. Ano 8/6 eh. So it can hold its own. And then the next one would be Chomping Changeling because it's a mutant, it's a ninja, it's a turtle. Might as well call her Whitney Houston because she can be every woman. Hindi, pero madali siyang islot. That's why I replaced my reclamation sage dun sa Maryland ko with chomping changeling because it basically does the same thing. We know when it ETBs, you can destroy an artifact or an enchantment. Pero again, the mere fact that the creature type is relevant to your deck, plus it is removal, it's really good. And then the last one is from another franchise from Final Fantasy. It's Genova Ancient Calamity.
Inaasahan ko.
So alam niyo na kung bakit. She makes everyone that she puts counters on mutants, and then whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power.
Mag-i-enjoy si Poro dito.
Ay, oo. Shout out pala sa iyo,
Shout
Poro.
out.
Mhm.
The Go Gary player of our group. Diba?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Did Genova already spike?
Hindi pa, hindi
Spike na
pa.
ba siya
Parang
in
hindi,
price? I feel like
hindi.
it will, diba?
Please
Kasi
don't.
it's
Please
a
don't.
mutant matters card, diba?
It is, yeah, it is.
Yeah, diba?
Although she herself isn't. She's just an alien, but doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right. Alien and pero ano, it cares about whether or not your other
Mutants.
creatures are mutants, diba?
Yes.
Right. Ako naman, I again am looking at it from a lens of a +1/+1 counter deck because again it's super heavy handed. So I'm gonna put in my combo pieces, pretty much what I upgraded my previous +1/+1 counter decks with. So again, as you guys know, if you guys know you can pull off infinite loops here. I'm gonna add the Red Terror and War Elemental to backup Casey Jones, Shalayan
Nice.
Halar, and all will be one. The Red Terror and War Elemental deal damage whenever get a +1/+1 counter whenever they deal damage.
Yes.
So it goes into a feedback loop with Casey Jones, Shalayan Halar, and all will be one. Kasi those permanents deal damage, then these creatures get +1/+1 counters, and so on and so forth. Diba? If you want to be a dirty combo player that wants to take over the table, and win as early as turn 4, it's even more possible now kasi dumami yung pieces for it. Here you go. You can thank me later kasi it will easily make you the number 1 enemy,
Nice.
the public enemy number 1 of your pod. Tapos, +1/+1 counter, good stuff. If you want to play a little more fairer, if you want to bring down your Precon deck to bracket 2 or 1, you can just go with +1/+1 good stuff. Halana and Elena partners. Specifically, yung ability niya that gives a a number of +1/+1 counters on another creature based on its own power and haste as well. So if you like to smash face, that's what you should use. Yung pandagdag ng +1/+1 counters being put, Hardened Scales and Cameo of Whispered Hopes for the budget options. Separate, there are more options that double the number of +1/+1 counters that you put in there, like Doubling Season and Branching Evolution, all that crazy stuff that really just goes exponential the more you have it, diba? The more triggered abilities you have on your board state. Tapos Terra Symbiosis for card draw. When you add a lot of +1/+1 counters, it is going to give you insane value if they don't deal with it, diba? If they don't interact with it. Tapos, syempre, you want to keep your +1/+1 counters even though you lose your creatures. So if you can afford it, I think mahal pa rin siya. The Ozolith
Mahal
is
pa rin siya.
still a must-have for any Counters Matters decks.
Yep.
Any Counters Matters deck, rather.
True.
That's the only way to keep your +1/+1 counters around. Except if you have another creature, I believe the white creature that keeps +1/+1 counters and other modular stuff. If you want to play with modular cards, then yun. Those are my picks for upgrades. I feel like this can go crazy. This can go insane in the right build if that is your goal. But if you just want to play it as is, I think okay din siya. Just need to fix a lot of the mana, need to fix a lot of the ramp, and figure out how you're gonna fix your mana. Then I feel parang wala tayong Chromatic Lantern in this deck na. Ano ba?
There is
Parang
dun sa
yan.
bonus sheet. Pero
Bonus
sa
sheet, but not in this deck.
That's a deck mismo.
Kasi
no. Oh, no,
the
sorry.
Lord,
No, sorry. Let me correct. Meron siya.
yeah, kasi Chromatic
meron.
Lantern is is a staple now for
It is.
Red color.
Precon that's more than 2 colors.
Ah,
Yeah. So I have a lot of those. So those have really gone down in value
oh.
since they were printed in, I believe, 2018.
Yeah.
Right. That's it for our upgrade picks. Do you guys have any other thoughts on the Precon deck list that did not quite fall under the categories or the questions that we laid out?
Well, as far as trying to build it is concerned, again, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan from before. I like it. Dun nga ako natuto mag-drawing, yung mukhang Muppet na Ninja Turtle pa. No? So I started with that. So you can just take off all the what do you call this, the foot soldier side of everything, and put all the other Ninja Turtle cards in there, and you are going to have fun with the deck. Okay, it looks awesome, kawabangat, and then or you can do the reverse of it. Just put the foot soldier side of it, Shredder, Krang, and whatnot, Baxter. I also like how some of the Turtles in Time, especially the card. There's a card that's Turtles in Time, but the Turtles in Time game, nandun din yung mga art nila, like si Bebop and Rocksteady using their crossbones, pirate costume, and whatnot. I like the idea. So, playing with the cards alone, natutuwa na ako. Titignan ko pa lang sila habang nilalaro. Nag-enjoy na ako. So, but that's me. So, what about you guys?
Ikaw, Jeff, what about you? You have any thoughts?
Yeah, of course. As someone who grew up loving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for those who didn't know or for those who already forgot, every Friday siya dati around 7 or 8 p.m. yata sa Channel 2. Yeah. I remember, no, because I remember asking my mom for like Ninja Turtle stuff. And
Toys.
like I had the bag, I had the lunch box. I even had like
Go Biters?
no, yung hindi siya VCR, no, what's after Betamax?
VHS.
VHS, thank you so much. Okay.
VHS.
May VHS ako, although wala kaming VHS player, ang kulit. So, pinang nostalgia ko na lang siya. Seeing some of my favorite franchises in my favorite card game is always a nice thing to behold. And while I understand that it's not everyone's cup of tea, if there's any if there's any snarky comment that I can make, it's that maraming salamat at nakaimbento kayo ng cityscape silhouette full art lands instead of just the pizza lands.
Oo nga eh. Nakakatakot yung kung pizza lunch lang.
I mean, okay na ako dun eh. Pero like when I saw them, and then hindi pala yun yung laman ng... And then, meron pala yung
We'll
bundle
flash it
na
here
laman
so
nun.
you guys know
pizza
what we're talking
Oo,
about.
makita niyo yung comparison.
Yeah.
Pero parang sabi ko, di ba dapat mas okay yung yung cityscapes lang talaga. But they had the pizza, and okay, I'm not exactly a fan of the pizza, pero in comparison, I would rather get the pizza lands from Ninja Turtles than the yellow lands.
You're
of either
never
Joey
gonna let
Lila.
them live down the yellow lands.
No. As in yun talaga sobrang sablay.
No.
And I will die on this hill. It is better than those lands.
Oo naman.
I think it's a
Oo.
low bar.
Yeah.
pero yun nga, if you're a Ninja Turtles fan, this is for you. Ako personally, ang plano ko is similar to what Lucy said earlier. I will remove yung mga villains part nung deck and maybe just have some plans for it, and then replace them with main set cards and make it self-contained lang, as in even the lands hindi ko papalitan, hindi ko
Kaya eh.
babaguhin. If meron akong babaguhin sa lands, is that I will replace the basic lands with the full art cityscape lands. Yun lang. Because I enjoy
So fun.
I enjoy playing decks na may flavor and functionality at the same time. And
Pizza flavor yan.
Pizza flavored. That's a good one. Bottom line is masaya siya out of the box.
Yes.
Masaya siya out of the box. Hindi mo kailangan ng sobrang tagal na learning curve for you to understand how the deck works. It's really just, again, more of trying to understand sino kaya magandang ilagay sa command zone. Kasi ang dami mong pagpipilian. I think there are 6 options for you to have in
Oo.
the command zone in total. O kita mo, napakalaking bagay na meron kang variety din paminsan-minsan.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
ako naman, sige, I was gonna ask that question later about what you're gonna do with it, but since you already touched on it, I might as well. Ako naman, I might play with it once or twice just to get a feel for it out the box, but I feel like I'm gonna strip it more for parts because what I feel is
yun nga.
that it's one deck, pero it's really designed as a super mini set that really has a good handle on a handful of themes, diba?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So I feel like it's tightly designed because konti lang siya, napaka-konti niya. And you can get the whole set for what, 4K, diba? Around 4K right now if it doesn't go up even more, diba? So that's rare value. I feel like if also uh it's even better value than the Commander's bundle ng Avatar, um, because I believe that was really just an intro pack. This one is a fully realized mini set that could bolster a lot of different themes and strategies. Diba? So,
Mm.
feeling ko yun ang ending name. I am not a big TMNT fan. I am a super, super casual TMNT fan. But like Avatar, I am able to appreciate then how good and how deep, how nuanced then yung treatment ng creative ng Watsi, ng Magic for this set, diba? So it's really, really good. Uh, and I feel like the cards are really, really strong as well. So, and that's not even counting the main set, right? Like we haven't even talked about the main set yet. I haven't even
Yeah.
had a good look at the cards from the main set. And I believe that's gonna be a much deeper discussion than kasi mas marami siyang cards.
Ow.
Yun. All right. Final verdict on this on this set, on this deck pala, on this Precon deck. I know, Jeff, that you've touched on it. Um, is it something that you would recommend to beginners? You've touched on it, but I want to get your thoughts. Is it a good deck on its own? And would you recommend it to beginners? Lucy, what about you?
Uh,
What would you think
yeah.
about this?
Okay. Yeah. If you're asking me first, okay. Yes, I would recommend this for beginners. It's 5 colors. It is going to be difficult, but at least it is going to be fun. So that's the idea. You want to play a game. Gusto mong ulit-ulitin siyang laruin and gusto mong nakikita iba't ibang bagay, iba't ibang nangyayari while you are learning the game. At least on my perspective, this keeps you interested. Mahirapan ka ng konti because of the 5 color setup. True. And I normally do not suggest yung 5 colors sa beginners. Pero this would this is going to be enjoyable for you. I believe so because characters are fun. The mechanics are not too difficult for a 5 color deck, and yeah. So I would suggest for a beginner. Plus, gaya nga nabanggit ni Ro, may chance na pag magba-branch out ka na sa ibang colors, decks, or whatnot, at least may mga pyesa ka na. And it's got lots of good pieces na pwede mong gamitin. So that's what I think. I would suggest kung bago ka sa Magic, pick up the Ninja Turtles pack. So yeah, that's me. But yeah.
Jeff, what about you? Would you want to expand on your answer from earlier?
Sure. Okay. So I would say na I would I would recommend this if you're a beginner and you're into Ninja Turtles. Kasi this is flavorful. This is really flavorful, and it focuses on certain themes that are very relevant to the franchise nga, which would be ninjas and mutagen tokens. If it's not your thing as a beginner, then you can look for more recent ones. Pero
Yeah.
the thing is, yun nga, if you're a fan and nagtuloy ka sa Ninja Turtles as your first Commander Precon, I think it's gonna be nice because you'll learn so many things in the deck. Kasi meron kang tokens, meron kang counters. You'll learn about hybrid mana. Then I think,
Yeah.
and then you can also eventually branch out and think, yung mana base nito siguro medyo kailangan pa ng improvement. Okay lang naman kung beginner ka tapos kukunin mo tong deck na to kasi ano rin lang naman bang kalaro mo, di malamang sa malamang beginners din, di ba? Pero kung mapunta ka man sa part na you would want to play sa LGS mo and there's a bracket 2 game going on, rest assured, the deck can hold its own. Kayang-kaya niya, especially with how it's built. It helps. Well, the deck profits in making your creatures bigger. So, the combat pa lang medyo lamang ka na kasi marami kang
Ah.
quality creatures and then marami kang ways to make your creatures bigger and you even have a couple of board wipes
Yes.
in the deck. I think it's Blasphemous Act and then Game Over, if I'm not mistaken. And then meron ang rescue spells binanggit kanina ni Romeo, the Continue. And there's another one, yung ano, Together Forever and
Together
Never
forever, yeah.
to Part. Yeah. So
Titong
those are
Tito.
pretty good. This is a Tito episode, by the way.
Oo.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Pero
I'm
it's really
having
good. It can
fun.
hold its own in casual tables. Um, if you have the money and if you're a fan of Ninja Turtles, I would recommend this to you as your first Commander Precon. Pero if you are a beginner and not exactly a fan of the franchise, there are better options for you elsewhere, and that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Okay, my answer to this is two-part. First, yes, it's a good precon because it is tailor-made for beginners. It is 5 colors on easy mode. Good
Yeah.
fixing, good selection of lands, easy easy mana costs really with hybrid and a lot of single pip cards.
Mm.
It's really if you are looking to play a 5 color deck and you don't want to worry too much about building a mana base and all of that, kayang-kaya to, pwede to. That said, if you are a complete beginner tapos you're coming into this kasi Ninja Turtles fan ka, I don't think it is like the best even for TMNT fans. I don't think it's the best choice, diba? I felt like because they were constrained by whatever the production issues or whatever have you or design issues, the timeline, hindi nila nagawa yung dapat nilang gawin, which is to create singular diba? Singular commander decks based on the 4 heroes, diba? The Shredder even all of that stuff. I feel like it was a missed opportunity because I still would not recommend the complexity, the built-in complexity of a 5 color deck to a pure beginner, even if it was, even if it was 5 colors on the rails like this one, diba? I feel like it's just too much. There are so many different themes then that um, you end up having to learn so much things about in if it's your very first deck from zero, your very first exposure to Magic from zero. Uh, I wouldn't recommend this. Like I would suggest you start with the intro packs or the intro cards, the main set, diba? If there are any intro products for the main set. It's just again not really ideal. I mean, you can try definitely if you have a base in TCGs, if you have a base in games and board games, definitely try. But I will warn you now that it's really really complex, even if they made it easy. Yeah, but it's really good. I will say it's a really well designed set. On its face, about this before we get our hands on it, talaga, as commander players. Right, that's it for our quick preview of the Turtle Power Commander deck from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Commander. We hope to get it soon. I believe we're gonna get it like in the middle of March as the set releases. To those who were wanting a preview ng pre-release the main set, sorry we didn't do that here. We weren't quite up to the interest level, the hype level for it. But next time, if you want us to do it, let us know, and we will
Oh, yeah.
gladly
The comments.
acquiesce to your request. But papayagan namin yan. I mean, tuto pa rin namin yung gusto nyo. Basta hingin nyo sa amin. Diba?
Yes.
Much easier
Ask,
kasi
and you
we
shall
don't know
receive.
then who's gonna play, diba? We don't know who's gonna play a pre-release, who's gonna buy main set cards. We would much rather have the demand from you guys. Diba? All right.
Well,
Before we get out of here, guys, do you have anything to plug? Jeff, what do you have here to plug?
First and foremost, I just wanted to congratulate the entire team, the entire Bolas Club
Hey.
PH team. Kasi last episode, yung one with SAR, has like a lot of views na, and you can just take a look sa YouTube namin for the number of views, and we're so happy. Maliit lang kami na group ngayon, and we're happy that the response was very positive. So unang-una maraming salamat Ninong Sar, Cesar Famarcan,
Thank you,
Sar.
Sar.
for guesting. Isang napakalaking
Oo.
karangalan to have you as a Bolas Club OG and for you to guest in this podcast. You brought our podcast to a wider audience. So
Yes.
Thank you.
maraming salamat. That being said, plug na rin natin yung shops niya, Ultra Electromagnetic Shop nasa Santa Lu and
Yep.
Weatherlight Toys as well. We also wanted to shout out Madcap Gaming Philippines, Krell's Cafe, and
Hi,
Pack
Krells.
Itch. Yun, maraming salamat sa counters, Pack Itch. It's really nice. Like I don't play at home, but this is
Ginagamit ko pa rin
one
siya araw-araw.
nifty fidget toy.
Sobra. Inaaraw-araw ko to.
Oo, ayun.
I like this.
Tapos sorry, ano ko na rin, I just wanted to put it out there na if you guys have suggestions on what we can discuss
Oo.
for our future episodes, please let us know. You can go to our socials, Facebook, Instagram, sa
Lahat.
YouTube. Just dump it there and we'll look into it. We'll be more than happy.
That's what I was saying kanina. Like, if you wanted us to do a pre-release preview for sets like this, kasi we don't know kasi sino maglalaro, diba? Sometimes the interest level is a roller coaster, diba? So let us know. And maraming salamat sa inyo. Our episode with SAR, with Chopao, is almost at 900 views. So that's huge for
wow.
us. Yeah.
Hindi ko alam yun eh. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
At saka yung subscriber count din namin at saka yung follower count namin sa YouTube and Facebook respectively they have grown up. So
Thank you.
If you stumbled upon us kahit from like SAR or just randomly, if we were referred to or if your algorithm brought us to you, still maraming salamat. We
Thank you.
appreciate all the time that you take here and like our goal, we hope to be your favorite Friday afternoon habit when it comes to Casual Commander.
So tell us what we can do for you. As much as we can, gagawin namin para sa inyo. Just
Tama.
put it there.
Plug nyo rin social media niyo, guys.
I don't have any active social medias for now. But we are, at least I am planning to put out. It's not going to just be the podcast shows on our YouTube channels. I am working on, with my friends, of course, videos, more videos that would fit our audience because we're trying to do as much as we can for you, especially anything Magic related. So we're gonna put in more videos and stuff. So watch out for that. You might as well subscribe now, follow, like us. That's it.
Jeff, did you plug your social media already?
Oh, not yet. I just realized that my full name is actually posted
Yes.
here. So, oh no, I am already doxxed.
Do you want me
guys
to
already
hide
know
it?
who
I can hide it.
Yeah, pwede rin. But
can hide it
I think a lot of people here already know who I am.
Yeah, but not your full government name, like your entire birth certificate name.
Buti wala yung yung middle name
mo,
ko.
diba?
Tsaka yung
Tatago ko
SSS.
yan. Sasabihin ko na Fire Action Hipster.
yung tin ko wala. But anyway, yeah,
Credit card
it's
number.
at what? Jokes on you, wala akong credit card. Okay.
Good on you. Good.
He pays for all his Magic products straight cash.
Hardcore.
Pero yun, it's at the Phyrexian Hipster across all social media platforms. Please interact with me. We can discuss so many things. I don't post as much anymore because there's Bolas Club. But if you have questions, if you have DMs, just I'm a DM away, guys.
Yeah. Syempre, it's at shang.daddy for me on TikTok, shang.daddy. I post a lot of not just Magic content, but gaming content as well. So a bunch of other stuff that I'm playing. So that's why I keep it around. Same on Instagram at Ro Plays Games, ROPLAYS GAMES. Gonna cross post now for those who don't have TikTok. For Facebook, I also cross post there. Romeo R space O space M space, even an accent is space O, all in all caps. Syempre, Bolas Club, don't forget. I don't know if you mentioned it already. At Bolas Club PH. Syempre, if you're already here, you probably already saw us from those social media accounts. But if not, if you see us from YouTube, follow nyo na kami doon, guys. We are trying to make as much content as we can. Para sumikat din kami.
Yes. Para padala nyo kami ng products to review, what's
Oh yeah. you want to join the group, can we tell people how to join the group, or I don't know? Is it just a referral thing?
We'll give you more details as we go
All
along.
right. Sige. All right. If you see us around in hobby stores in QC and Pasig and wherever else you might find us, say hi.
Yeah,
We'd love that. We'd love to get to meet
we
new
want
people.
bite.
Oh.
Actually, not just say hi, but we would want to play games with you guys.
Yan nga sinasabi ko eh.
Oo. As in, like, stay for the stories, stay for the games, man. I mean, we would love that. We would love to meet you guys in person.
All right. That's true. We always love playing with new people.
Yes.
Basta wag kayo magdabog. Yun lang naman. All right. That's it for another episode of the Bolas Club PH podcast. Maraming salamat. We'll see you next week. We don't quite know yet what we'll talk about. Depends if anyone can get their hands on Ninja Turtles products already. We'll see. Baka magbukas kami ng packs. We never know. And we'll see you guys then. We'll find something to talk about as always. Until the next episode, for my co-hosts Lucy and Jeff, this has been Ro. This has been the Bolas Club PH podcast. Stay safe, guys. Stay dry. Stay cool. It's getting hotter out there. Don't be a dick, guys. Bolas Club PH podcast out. Peace.
Cowabunga, dudes!
Cowabunga!